this is officially my last program preview chair opportunity. So I'm sorry it's not in person, but thank you all for joining us. Just make sure that you're kind of following along with the slides. We're going to have people kind of unmuted as their slides come up to kind of give a little bit more information. Again, the easiest way for right now to send questions is just through the chat. But there is a little bit of time at the very end for everyone to kind of unmute themselves and ask questions as needed. So if you don't think of anything right then, we'll have some time to kind of follow up later. And yes, I will not keep you here until 11 o'clock tonight. Don't worry.
All right. Well, I think without further ado, I think we're ready to get this party started, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's start Christmas in July.
Oh, oh, oh. So we're going to turn it over the mic to our incoming Apalachee District Chairman, Jared. I'm going to pass it off to you, sir.
Well, thanks, Phil. Not exactly sure what to say and how to say it, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve. I've loved working with so many of you and look forward to getting to know some of you even better, over the coming months. For me, obviously we recognize that this is a very different time. It is probably this summer is unlike anything we've ever imagined in terms of our family lives, in terms of our work lives, and in terms of our scouting lives, right? So as we kick off with this program preview, I think one of the things that I really want to drive home is the idea that we're doing this to serve the youth. And what we need to do is take the opportunity to identify creative ways to do that. I've seen it already and look forward to the new ideas that are going to come as we work together and figure out how to deliver a quality program for Apalachee District. So thanks for putting up with me over the next 12 months.
Fantastic, Jared. Thank you. And we're looking forward to working with you. We are all incredibly excited. On that note, we have the exciting opportunity to approve the slate of district committee members in Apalachee for the 2020-2021 year. With that, I'm going to pass the mic over to Lane Bailey, who's going to take us through our process here.
Great. Thanks, Phil. Well, as you can see on your screen, we've got all the names of the folks that are on the district committee. We do still have a few openings for the district committee if you are so inclined to serve. Many hands make light work. We could use a few more hands, as always, in order to lighten the load and help out. It's also a great opportunity to get to know other leaders in the district and to help deliver a better program for for your own units. So at this time, I need everyone who is on the district committee to give the scout sign and repeat after me. I state your name, Lane Bailey, do solemnly pledge that I will fulfill the duties of my position in the Apalachee District, Northeast Georgia Council, Boy Scouts of America, to the best of my ability. I will support our district officers and will abide by the council's bylaws, the principles and policies of the National Council, and the ideals of scouting as contained in the Scout Oath and Law. You are now on the Apalachee District Committee. 2. So, woohoo. Turn it back over to Phil.
Fantastic, Lane. Thank you. Thank you so much. And
welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to all of our new friends and all of our returning friends. And if you're sitting here and you're like, man, I have no idea what a district committee is, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Jared, Mike, Lane, or anyone that you see on this list. We'd be happy to help you, even if it's just coming out to visit us for one meeting. We'd love to have you come out and help however you can. On that note, I'm going to turn it over to our fantastic district colonels, Greg and Chrissy Lightsey. So guys, let's take it away.
Hello, Apalachee. Welcome to All Things Popcorn. I'm Chrissy Lightsey and my husband, Greg, and we'll be helping wade through the waters of popcorn. Now, some of you are probably thinking, popcorn, how can I begin thinking about popcorn when I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with school? But I want to emphasize doing popcorn, even if it's virtually, is totally doable. Some of you may be on the fence about it. This can be done, and it can be done in a big, fabulous kind of way. We can still do show and sells to storefronts that will permit that. You can still maintain distancing. You can, rather than handling so much product, give you ideas like making up a poster board with product signage on it. That can be done at 6 foot. We have some updates on the app. One of those, the big one is the Online Direct. Online Direct will allow you to text messages directly to people that are linked to your Scouts account, allow you to email, or allow you to post social media. And I got to tell you guys, it really works. We have a neighbor, I think she's about 80, name is Miss Jenny, and our son went over and talked to her. She said, yeah, send it to me. We put it all in the app and then hit text, Miss Jenny. It sent her all the information, and then she's able to sit there on her phone, not on ours, but on her phone, and she puts in her information and her credit card number, and then she submits it. And we never had to touch base, and we could stay 6 feet away, or our son could stay outside the door, or what have you. This is totally doable. And the online Direct, it's on the app. Its pricing is the same as what a show and sell pricing would be. In the past, I know I've looked at online products and I've gone, oh my goodness, those are so much more expensive than what show and sell is. They're the same price now. There is shipping that is added onto it. So that is something to think about, but same prices. Trails Ends does sponsor some free shipping weekends. We had one July 4th weekend, and a good many folks in Apalachee took advantage of that, $1,500 worth. Good job. I don't have a whole lot of advance notice of when those happen, but they tell us that they will be happening. As soon as I hear about them, we're going to let you guys know so that you can go out there and take advantage of a free shipping weekend. This stuff starts now. You don't have to wait for show and sell product to come in September or in August. You can do this starting now. And if you go out and sell, if your scout goes out and sells right now, that goes towards his prize credit for this year or his scholarship dollars for this year. It starts now. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I've got some other things on there. If you're ready to sell, we really need you to go ahead and register. This is something you do every year. It doesn't matter if you were on Trails End last year, on Trails End again this year. Go to the Trails End website and get your unit registered. You're not writing down a dollar figure. You're not swearing out anything in blood. You're just saying, my unit is ready to sell with Trails End this year. Please, please, please go ahead and get that. Watch out for the ideal year of scouting. We've already had one, and Apalachee had a great attendance. Thank you, good one. But the second and last ideal year of scouting is the end of this month, July 30th. Going to that earns you an extra % with commission. Let me say that again. It earns you an extra % with commission. So you want to attend that IYOS. Also on Trails End website, attend a webinar. The webinar, you can watch it as many times as you want. That's 100 times better than me walking you through it on the phone. Go and do Trails End webinars and learn about the system. It's going to give you updates with popcorn product. It's going to give you updates to the system itself. It's going to give you updates to the app. And you can go ahead and be learning about that and not wait for us to do that come popcorn kickoff. Go ahead and get on some of those Trails End webinars. Up there at the top of the screen, I want to point out that the Northeast Georgia BSA website, you can search popcorn or you can type it out just as it is, popcorn, and that's going to give you a whole page about popcorn stuff. You can find the popcorn calendar. You can find when show and sell product is coming in. You can find when the order comes in November. You can find out when your prizes are due. Whole calendar is there. You can also register for Trails End there. You can also register for Ideal Year of Scouting there at that popcorn website. Tons of information there. Also there is the show and sell order form. get your show and sell order form, decide what you want to do, what you think you're capable of, and know that you can always get more from the service center, from the Scout office, as long as they have product. You'll be able to order more rather than concern about your unit having too much. There are some new products this year. Some are not available and some are available, and a lot of that's due to COVID because of dealings with the manufacturing facilities. So you can check it out on the app right now. You can check it out, the products that are available. My husband's super excited because there's a blazing hot popcorn that is available. He's very excited. Yes. Trails in program, you know, they always had the program. Northeast Georgia does a great job with their council prizes. Northeast Georgia has revamped its council prizes to where it's now point-based. And it's point-based with the emphasis, because of COVID, on being the contactless options. So you get bonus points if you're doing an online direct purchase. You get bonus points if you're doing a credit card purchase rather than the purchases where you're directly handling product yourself or where you're handling cash. So a little bit different, but it's a bonus different.
And it's going to be fresher.
And one other thing, we are expanding to supporting American heroes. We are going beyond just the military. You can purchase popcorn or donate dollars to support American heroes, which will be for military and their families. It'll be for veterans organizations.
Our police and our fire department.
Seems like there was something else. But anyway, that's exciting. American heroes. So expanding the reach that scouting can have in the community. If you haven't had an email from either of us, reach out to your DEs because they have our emails and they can get us connected. By all means, any questions, let us know. Thanks, guys.
All right, well, thank you guys. So obviously popcorn is still happening. We know that with camp cards, it was a little bit of an unfortunate opportunity for some people. So this is your time and your opportunity to make up for that. So we're definitely excited about all of the new kind of programs and things that they're able to roll out. Again, continuing with that contactless as much as possible. So continuing on with kind of updates, especially some that are slightly more current event updates. Phil's going to talk to us about what's going on council-wide, and then roll into roundups, which is our next kind of big activity that we have coming up after popcorn stuff gets kicked off.
Absolutely. So we just wanted to go over a couple things in case you've been on vacation, haven't heard about some of the news that's going on in our council. For those that haven't seen yet, there will be a new membership fee starting August 1st, 2020. Registration will be $66 for all youth participants and Cub Scout, Scouts BSA, Venturing, and Sea Scouting. It'll be $42 for adult volunteers, and the unit charter fee will be $75 this year. There will also be a $25 joining fee for all new program participants. Now that doesn't include if a kid is crossing over from a pack into a troop, if a kid is coming back that took a year off of scouting. This will be just for any scouts that are new signing up to the program for the first time. For more information, there's the whole detailed from Scouting Wire right there. And if you haven't been checking out our council's Facebook page over the last few weeks, we're trying out a new thing, posting stories about good news from scouting in our community. And we would love to hear from your troops, your packs, your crews. If you guys have a story of something you guys are doing that you'd love to share with our council and our district, please let me and Mike know, and we can make sure that we can get you guys sharing all the good things that you guys are doing. And also make sure to visit our council's new YouTube page. We have lots of really exciting videos. There's one of Tandy from a couple months ago about day camp, one from the 2020 Camp Rainy Mountain staff marching into the flagpoles this year. And this program preview is going to be on there as well later this weekend. So make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. I think that's how all the fancy YouTubers do it nowadays. So you can stay up to date with everything going on in the council. Oh, I skipped a page. Roundups. As you know, it's almost that time of year to begin signing up new kids into scouting. Obviously, with COVID going on, we're still working with the schools to find out what we're going to be able to do, when we're going to be able to do it, and how much participation we're going to be able to have with the schools. But all that means is we're going to need your help more than ever to help promote your packs, your troops, to get kids excited about scouting. We have a lot of really good programs going on out there, and I want to make sure that you're going to be able to show it off this fall so we can get a lot of new kids signed up for scouting. We have a couple of dates for you to put on your schedule. For those that help us with roundups, we're doing a roundup training for the presenters on July 23rd at McKendree United Methodist Church. And we're going to be doing our roundup orientation. That's for all Cub Scout packs on July the 30th, starting right at 7 o'clock. So we have a lot of really exciting things going on in the district and in the council. And we're going to start going through some specifics right here for some activities and things that we have going on. And another great resource that we have in our district to help us stay in communication is Steve Back, our fantastic district committee member in charge of all communications. So Steve, let me pass the mic over to you to tell us a little bit more.
Okay, switch the, okay. Apalachee has a website. Now, it's important that all committee members or people running something get the information to me, and I'll make sure it's on the website. We also have an email group. If you haven't signed up for the email group, if you go to our website, on the bottom, there are some icons to click to join our email group. We also have a texting group and other specific groups to special programs. So look at our website, sign up for what's, so to make sure you're in the communications loop. Now, we also have our Facebook page. So there's always something new coming into the Facebook page, and certainly, there's the link to that. We want to keep it up to date and interesting, and we'll continue to put things on there. Some of you are also associated with the venturing crew or possibly even exploring. And there is a exploring venturing district page, and the link is there. In your preview packet, there should be a handout that has a lot of this information plus even more. Okay, next. Bill? The other thing I do, that the oldest scouting event, and the scouting event that worldwide that has the greatest participation is Jamboree on the Air. This event is always the third weekend in October, and the Apalachee District will be celebrating Jamboree on the Air, where obviously with conditions as they are, we will be letting you know exactly where it will be. We'd love to have it where we've had it at the VFW post in Lawrenceville, but that is not set in stone yet. Hopefully, we'll have a place where we will actually be able to do one or more radio merit badge classes, show off the way that amateur radio helps out with the community, with the amateur radio emergency service, and other interesting things for all scouts, non-scouts. Everybody should attend Jamboree on the Air. And I appreciate the ability to let everybody know about the things that I help run for the district and for scouting in general. Thank you.
And we thank you, Steve, for everything that you do for us and keeping us on our toes, because we all know we need it. So I actually get to go next. Usually I do not have a speaking part as far as day camps go, because for the summer they have already ended. But we still have 2 weeks. Our two and only 2 weeks. Coming up next week, we have Tequila Day Camp at Hamilton Mill United Methodist. And then the following week, right before August hits, we're going to be at Fairview Presbyterian for Lawrenceville. And we're very thankful for them for giving us a home this year. Unfortunately, some of our other camps weren't able to happen, but we are going to continue on. We want to make sure that we are, again, just like Jared said at the beginning, servicing all of the youth that we can. Right now, that's very limited numbers, so we will have lots of time to do all of the things. So camp will look different, but it's still happening, just like everything else this year. Maybe it doesn't look the same, it doesn't feel the same, but it's still going to go on, and we're going to do our best. The sign-up link is on the page. Again, you can just go to the website, search for Twilight Day STEM Camp. Any of the above searches will get you to the exact same page so that you can register. Our theme is farm, so we'll be doing a little bit of farm-ish related items, but then you'll have all the usual fun camp activities like shooting and maybe blowing off rockets and lighting things on fire and everything else I can get away with in a safety area. And of course, we'll be following all of the protocols that have been put out as far as distancing, taking temperatures before camp. And on that website where you go to sign up is our whole list of the safety protocols. So if you do have any hesitations, certainly you can reach out to me, reach out to Phil, but you can go there to kind of get the list for anything. And of course, we would love to have volunteers to come out and join us. We do have, lower numbers than usual, but we know that there are just as many Scouts BSA, Venture Scouts, all of that need volunteer hours. So I will put you to work no matter what. So no matter your age, you are invited to camp. So parents, you have an afternoon off. You've got a teenager who's driving you crazy at home. Send them to camp just like you would your Cub Scout, and I'll be there with them. So I will see you at both Tequila and Lawrenceville Day Camps coming up soon. So with that, I'm actually going to turn it back over to Phil. So we're kind of going into the rest of our calendar year. Again, camp is coming up right now, and then we're going to kind of transition through all of our fall activities, so you can kind of get a feel for what the rest of the year is going to look like.
Thanks, Tandy.
You're
First thing we want to talk about is fall family camping. Going to be October 9th to 11th up at beautiful Camp Rainy Mountain. This is an opportunity for all of our Cub Scouting families to come out, come camping, have a great time. Roast some marshmallows, set up your tent. We have a lot of first-time campers there, new kids that have signed up into Cub Scouts, and that's always really exciting. But we want to have you there. We would love to have you come camp out with us. We're going to have bows and arrows. We're going to have BB guns. We're going to have crafts. We're going to have sports going on. We're going to have a little bit of everything. We've got it. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. We want to make sure we see you guys there October 9th to the 11th. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to the fantastic and amazing Lori Murup, who's going to talk to us about our Live the Adventure Day in December.
Thank you very much, Phil. So Live the Adventure has been my baby for the last 3 years. We have done fort building and all kinds of fun stuff, patrols and things, teaching the Cub Scouts how to do some of this stuff that they're going to be involved in Boy Scouts or in Scouts. Last year was my last year to do it. This year, our famous Meatloaf is going to be taking it over, and he's going to put his own twist on it. This is a great opportunity for parents to let their kids have fun for a few hours while they go shopping. And so feel free, drop the kids off. And he's got a good one coming up. He hasn't fully fleshed out yet, but we will get more information coming on it soon. And that's
Fantastic. I cannot wait to live that adventure. I tell you
It
what.
is so fun.
And switching over to the Scouts BSA side, we have a fantastic camping weekend coming up the first weekend in October. We're going to be escaping Rainy Mountain. And with that, I'll turn it over to Melissa Davis to tell us a little bit more.
Hi, everybody. This is Melissa Davis. I am Scoutmaster for Troop 5597. The girls are planning a great weekend for the Scouts to escape Rainy Mountain. Our theme is based on escape rooms. So the rooms will be, I'm saying rooms in quotations, sorry you can't see me. to focus on the Scout handbook. So everything that they will need to prepare for will come straight from the Scout handbook. So we look forward to seeing everybody and come out and join us for that weekend.
Absolutely. I, for one, want to stay at Rainy Mountain forever, so I might not want to escape, Tandy.
I will like to eventually go home and be able to sleep in my own bed, but I have never done an escape room, so I'm going to have to practice on that a little bit before October hits. But that's very cool, escape room style.
Absolutely. And we've got coming up also all the way in 2021, we're going into the future. I'm going to pass the mic off to Joe Cronin. He's going to tell us a little bit about Advance-A-Rama and the Scouts BSA kids that can things they can work on there.
So right now we're looking forward to putting together the Advance-A-Rama for next year and identifying all the merit badges. A lot of them are going to be the same. We're trying to identify some new ones. Anybody that's out there that's a merit badge counselor, would love to have you guys come out and participate. The kids really enjoy learning these new skills and activities that go on, and just kind of go from there. So look for more information, and I'll be in touch with you guys to desperately ask for merit badge counselor help.
Man, I need to review my merit badge counselor sheet to make sure I can be there to help out. That sounds like a fun day. I can't wait for it. And going off of that, we have a camp out coming up in just about a month away. It's our Duty to God weekend. I'm going to turn it over to Brian Warren, who's going to tell us a little bit more.
Yes, we're going to be back at Camp Rainy Mountain on the weekend of the August 21st through 23rd. Just to give you some basics on it, there are no meals on Friday night. Registration will include breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday and breakfast on Sunday. We'll be out of there by noon on Sunday. Program right now is for Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA, and the program is limited to Protestant and Catholic faiths at this time. There will be some adult training available. The Cubs will be working on God and Me and God and Family. The Scouts BSA will be working on a Bible Basic badge. They won't be working on the God and Life or God and Church, which they can't really do in a weekend to get any substantive work done. If you would like some information about what religion is doing, we just finished an Interfaith Week, which was fantastic, basically coming out of St. Louis. But there are over 60 classes that are now on Duty to God BSA Facebook, and all the classes that were held, over 60 of them, Jewish, Islam, Hindu, Catholic, are on the Facebook. Anything that had to do with the youth advancement is not on the Facebook. But they're spreading out, taught by people from all around the country and attended by people all around the world last about 2 weeks ago now. So there's some things coming up. In fact, Trust Award was brought up a couple times for the venturers. So there are things coming up in the Duty to God area, and come join us at the end of August. We'd love to see you.
And we would love to see you there as well. We're really excited. And we love talking to our adult volunteers, but we also love recognizing them as well.
It's another party!
Woo! And to talk about that party, it's Tandy.
So our adult leader banquet is the opportunity for us to come together to have a party, get to hang out with each other. It is usually not a uniformed event, so we can see each other, not always in khaki. But it's the time to not just spend in fellowship, but to recognize what everyone has done over the course of the year. So again, as everything else with this year, this is tentative, but this is for the future, January 16th of 2021, which is so weird to say that that's already upon us. At Sugar Hill United Methodist Church, we will be recognizing our District Award of Merits. We always go back and recognize anyone within the last year who has received the Silver Beaver. So it's really just a great time for all of us to come together. And for a very minimal fee, you get an amazing dinner. And I am no longer in charge of this event, so for the most part, you don't get to hear me talk very much. So
I'm on camera, sorry.
So Terrell will be the one who is once again heading that up. He is also in charge of all of the adult recognition in general. So if you have any questions about getting knots, how to get knots, filling out the paperwork to receive your knots, or anything along those lines of adult training, adult recognition for training, then Terrell's going to be your go-to guy. And to give us more details about how you can train, where you can train, what you can train, is going to be Gail. And she has 2 slides because there's just so much happening in the world of training coming up.
Okay, well, and I don't know if Rich is on here, but I did write down his dates. So Rich Fagler is in charge of our Scouts BSA training, and he has secured Scoutland for September 25th and 26th for the IOLS training. And then he will be doing Scoutmaster specifics at the Fall Camporee, October 2nd through 4th at Camp Rainy Mountain. And I think that one, I'll have to get with him, but I think that's only a day class, so it'd probably be that Saturday. There might be a night involved. I think it's just that day. He did that last year and that worked really well. I know Anna's on here if she wants to add anything, but the Wilderness First Aid is scheduled for November 6th through 8th, and that focuses on the first aid and everything that you would need when you're out in the woods, you know, backcountry camping and stuff, things like that. MYLT is also scheduled. This was going to be the course that would have been end of May, Memorial Weekend, and the 1st of June, and they had to push that off due to COVID. So we're hoping that can happen. I think what they've done is combined both weeks into one course, and that course will happen over both of those 2 weekends that are shown on the screen, November 28th through 29th and December 28th through 31st. They were trying not to interfere too much with the holidays, but also the kids will be out of school, so they thought it'd be a good time. And then I don't know if the next page, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to Cub Scout training. We don't have any Cub Scout training lined up just yet, but if you'd like to run a Cub Scout training or help us with organizing that, we would love to talk to you. So reach out to me or Lane if you want to talk to him as well. The Cub Scout training is online, so certainly you can get that training in an online version. We may be able to offer some Zoom interaction so that you can get that one-on-one with a trainer kind of experience. Powderhorn is coming up September 11th through 13th and September 25th through 27th. It's a 2-weekend program, so you'd go through both of those. First weekend being at Scoutland and the second one being at Camp Rainy Mountain. This one, it says it's for, you know, a resource for venturing. It is for any leader that wants to take it. They will welcome you. It is kind of an introduction to high adventure, so that's where the Scouts BSA and venturing unit comes in, but anyone is welcome. Talia Chila is happening October 17th and November 13th through 15th. Again, they do a 1-day orientation on that Saturday, the 17th. I'm pretty sure that's at Scoutland, and then I think the weekend is also at Scoutland. So you will go to that training that 1 day, and then you'll go back for that weekend. That is more focused on camping skills. At Cubs, you know, we take Blue and we take Owls. It's all combined now. And then you get the IOLS at Scouts BSA, and this is kind of adding on and doing a lot of what we, you know, want to teach our boys or our youth. So feel free to sign up for that one as well. There's some great people on staff. Wood Badge is happening 2021. Unfortunately, if you were registered for this spring, we did have to kind of push that back, and it was supposed to be happening in a couple weeks, but unfortunately things happened and we had to push it back again. So everybody who was registered for this year will be moved back to next year, but they are asking that you contact them and let them know what you want to do. Do you want to carry over, or are you seeking a refund at this time? We do have slots available because we were not full when it got rescheduled. So if you want to sign up for next year's course, now's the time to get your foot in that door. It will be April 16 through 18 and May 1 through 2nd next year. Again, you have to attend both weekends at Scoutland, and registration I think is opening up online next week. So watch for that. I think that's it for training.
That's a pretty good list. And I will say with Wood Badge, I'm going to be one of those participants. So if you want to come hang out with this guy, you should come and do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you, Gail. That is a lot of really good information. If there's any of those trainings you want more information about, you'd love to hear more, please don't hesitate to reach out to Gail, myself, Mike. We'll be happy to get you guys set up. And the next slide is really exciting because you're going to get 2 slides for the price of 1, talking about Sea Scouting and the International Committee. Let me pass it off to one of the 3 men on my Eagle board. It's Phil Krajak.
He's never going to let me forget that. Thank you, Phil. As you know, most things have been canceled. That includes international scouting events as well as our local event. The Scout Moot that was supposed to have been held in Ireland is being postponed. The World Jamboree, or the European Jamboree that was supposed to have been held this summer is being postponed. So there's a whole lot of things on hold for international scouting. We do have a Facebook page for both Sea Scouting and International. Be sure to look those up. We don't have anything on Sea Scouting on the council website, but there is a page for international scouting on the council site. Steve already talked about Jamboree on the air. Also, the event is held in conjunction with Jamboree on the internet, which is another opportunity for those who don't have access to radio to connect with scouts from around the world. The only caution is, just like anything else, you got to make sure you're talking to people who are legitimate and not creepers. So be careful about that. If you have any concerns about who you're talking to, I would err on the side of caution and just walk away from that. You can usually, the best way to find those international scouts, if you're looking for that experience, is through Facebook. I know a lot of our young people aren't necessarily into Facebook these days, but internationally, Facebook is still very, very popular, and it would be a good way to connect. If you're interested in international advancement, there are opportunities that you can do without having to travel internationally or have someone come to you. And I would encourage you to go to the council website to get information about that. And if you have any more questions about either Sea Scouts or International Committee, let me know. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad. I'm sure everyone enjoyed that moment. So we get to go back to Gail. She actually has quite a few more speaking opportunities. She's on the list much more than I am. So we are going to learn about an opportunity that we have, again, for our older scouts and when they can travel up to Tennessee.
Correct. This one is for Scouts BSA, Sea Scouts, Exploring, Venturing. It's youth 14 to 21. We do welcome younger youth for watching visitors is what I'm trying to say. So they can come if you're going up with an older scout and you want to bring the younger one, that's fine. But participants is 14 to 21, and this is BSA Winterfest. It happens in Gatlinburg, Tennessee every year. This year, it hopefully, if all things go well, will be February 5th through 7th. The main event is on that Saturday, the 6th. Friday has gotten increasingly popular over the last few years. So there's several things that happen on Friday as well now. And then everybody kind of disperses on Sunday. We will have a flyer out. hopefully made it into the program preview packets for those that it's applicable to. The cost is $50 per youth participant. If you register now through January 11th, well, registration's not open yet. It won't be open until probably October, early October at this point. But if you register when that opens through January 11th, it'll be $50. Visitors at that time will be $10. So adults and any visitors, youth that are not participants. I don't know that there's any more that this group really needs. I don't know how many ventures we have on here, but we do exploring fire and EMS competitions. Those are always fun to see. We have sports tournaments like basketball tournaments, bowling tournaments. We've got a talent show that happens. They do a giant rope climb. Crate stacking is very interesting to watch. And what's the other one?
Well, the squeeze box.
The squeeze box that they have to squeeze through. It's like a caving
V-notch
challenge.
There's two caving challenges, the V-notch and the squeeze box.
So a lot of this is up on our website. If you just go to bsawinterfest.org, I think, or on our YouTube channels, we actually have a recap video, and we have some of the photos and videos from those very interesting events.
That is fantastic. I look forward to attending Winterfest this year. We're going to have a lot of fun. And to talk about our some of the final steps on the Scouts Trail to Eagle, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bill Perry to talk about the Eagle boards and some of the processes there. Bill, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Phil. How you guys doing tonight? Jim is out traveling. Jim is the Eagle Board chair. I'm the Eagle Board project chair. Got a slide here. Here's some pretty cool things. 12 reasons why you should join us. First of all, the group meets at the Golden Corral, or did before the coronavirus, to enjoy breakfast and a little fellowship before we come over to interact with the boys. Some of the things, there's fulfillment, what we do. As an Eagle Scout, one of the things I know when I was first enticed to join the boards, Mr. Payne was the one that brought me on. He said, you know, you should come do this. I said, okay, when are you going to do it? He goes, we do it on like the 4th Saturdays of every month. I said, Saturday? No, I'm not doing it. And he finally called me one day and he said, you know, I really need your help. I said, all right, for you, I'll do it. So I came over and I sat as an observer on the first board ever, and a young man and his mother came in. The young man was wearing his father's uniform. His father had passed away from cancer. And I'm sitting there in the back, I'm like, wow, what a story. It's like, you know, and I was not willing to do this because I wanted an hour or two more sleep on a Saturday when I had the opportunity to be a part of something this amazing. And there's a lot of fun things to do in scouting. I've been a Cub Master. I've been involved for years, kind of on and off, but this has got to be one of the greatest things that you could ever be a part of. You help your scouts. You get them ready for their projects. They bring the culmination of their years of scouting to do a service project for the community. We get to sit down as a group and go through on the project side and say, hey, you know, let's make sure you can show leadership. Let's make sure that you're really providing a service that's going to be measurable to your beneficiary. And we work through it. Sometimes they're just a slam dunk. Other times, you know, it takes a little time, and we work through it. The teams sit down. There's 3 of us that meet with each review on a project, and we go through with the guys and say, okay, well, maybe if you did this, it would be even better. So we sit down and work with the guys and try to help them put meat into the projects if it's necessary. And again, it's just one of these fantastic things. It's like, I get to be a part of this. I get to see how the guys give back to the community. It is fun. I mean, you get to hang out with folks like me. And I'm generally kind of quiet. You know, I'm kind of shy. And of course, you see in the background of the slide here, Jim's kind of stingy with the patch. He won't give it to you like first time out, but after you show up for a month or two, he'll get you one of those and you can wear it on your uniform. Who doesn't like a cool patch, right? And when the guys come back with their projects and the projects are completed And you get, it's even more fun to sit there and chair an Eagle board, because you know the young man is scared to death, and that's kind of fun. You know, you can't make fun of them, but you can have some fun with them, and you share the projects and all the things and all the people and all the community that went through to make the project successful. And then you get to go through and you look at their scouting careers and what meant the most to them, what's their duty to God. And it's just, I can't imagine that there's anything any more exciting. So I invite you. You don't have to be a registered leader. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles. The only thing I think you have to be is 21 years old. Come out fourth Saturday of every month, and we'd love to have you. And you could participate in this, what I consider like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the boys and now our girls come through and see the culmination of their scouting journey. And you get to kind of get a preview into what the future leaders of America are going to look like. So come out and join us. Love to have you.
Fantastic. We hope that everyone has an opportunity to go down and check it out.
Sure. So if there's ever any question as to the success of the scouting program, that a few hours on Saturday is exactly what you will need to be reminded of just what it is that we're able to do. Not just through, like he was mentioning, the young men that are coming up, but now we have lots of our female scouts that are able to finally get their Eagle as well. So we're very excited about that opportunity. And you noticed on there, there's the Google group and then also the Facebook page. So if you are going in to do an Eagle project or an Eagle board, then that's when you can find more information about that from a participants level as well. So up next, we are going to have some information, not just from our district representative on the Special Needs Action Committee, but she's also part of the council group that does this as well. So if you are already involved with someone who has special needs within the scouting community, if you just want some more information about how to be even more inclusive and what it is that you're doing, these are the people that you can talk to. And we're very excited to have someone on that committee as part of our district committee as well. So Annika, whenever you are ready, go for it, please.
Hello, my name's Annika Brewer, and I am actually the Scoutmaster of Troop 5000. But I do have the pleasure of serving on the Special Needs Advisory Committee, we call it SNAC. I am the Apalachee District representative, so I specifically take care of the people in our district. So a little bit of what we do is we are here to support you and the scouts, you as leaders, to help your scouts that maybe have a disability, whether it's autism or ADD even, or a hearing disability or in a wheelchair. We're here to support you, and we have a website out there. If you go to the negabsa.org, you go to that page, and then you go to advancement. There's a very specific one that says Scouting with Disabilities Home. Now, if you go there, there's a bunch of information that can help you, including my contact information. So if you need anything, if you need a presentation to your leaders on how to address certain things that you might be encountering in your unit, if you need help with the Disabilities Awareness Badge, or you need just general information, just bouncing information off of us. And also the most important thing that we do as well, one of the most important things we do is if you have some sort of a need for an alternative requirement for a merit badge, we as a committee can make those types of decisions that are acceptable to the BSA. So that's probably the biggest thing too. If you run into some sort of situation like, you have a scout in a wheelchair who can't hike 5 miles, and you want to see how can they get that second class requirement, then that would be something that you would address with this committee. So if you need anything, my contact information is on that website. It's under the advancement special needs. There's also, like I said, a couple websites out there with information. And if you need me to come, or any one of us to come talk to your unit, we'll be glad to do that. Thanks.
And thank you for all that you do to just better inform us and make us better scouts as part of that process. So we are going to turn it back over to Gail. She's going to tell us about when our next meeting is hopefully going to happen and all of our future meetings together as well.
Sure. This will probably be fast. We don't. I did talk to the school today, and they have no plans for letting us in at this point. So they haven't been told one way or the other. I did send them the list, although some of these dates were a little bit off. So I think I sent this email last night, I forget. January 8th, I think, is actually January 14th. So check that one. And then October 8th is a school holiday. So that did not go very well last year. So we'll probably do something different with October. We will be deciding very soon as to what we need to do, but I suspect that August 13th we will meet, and it will be in a Zoom call. And then by September, I don't know what we will do yet. Maybe we'll be back in the school, or maybe we'll find a church or an outdoor location.
Fantastic, Gail. Thank you so much. We looking forward to the next time we can all be back together and fellowshipping in person. So now we've got just some final questions and comments if you guys have anything. I'm pretty sure we've done a good job of keeping up with everything on the chat so far. But I will turn it over to our fantastic Best in the Business District Executive, Michael Valenzuela, to talk just some comments from him to let you know just a little bit more.
Good evening, everybody. As you know, my name is Mike Valenzuela, and I've spent the day talking to Apalachee B, so please be aware that I will be calling and reaching out to many of you to sort of coordinate some of the big district events, popcorn, camp cards, and things like that. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to call me, email me, and I will be glad to help you out. Just a little FYI, we are at 93% registered for popcorn. So way to go, Apalachee.
And yes, there is an echo in here. We are all in the conference room together at the office to make sure that we were able to put all of this together for you kind of as seamlessly as possible. So again, we've kind of been keeping up with some of the questions that have been coming on in chat. If there is anything that we didn't hit that you've kind of thought of, feel free to just quickly unmute yourself, shout it out there, and we can address that. As you've noticed, as all of our presenters have taken turns speaking today, we had our little Christmas in July, so we know that this year's crazy, and we're just embracing that. We're going to be rubber bands. We're learning how to be flexible. We're learning how to just serve our youth, our volunteers the best in whatever that may come, whenever that may come. So whether you have to have Christmas in July, it is what it is. And we're still, scouting's going to continue. Again, it's going to look different, might feel different, but that's the most important thing, is who we're here to serve, why we're part of all of this. So if you have any further questions, again, you have Phil's information, you have Mike's information, and all of the district committee members. Now that they're officially sworn in, we are all here to help you. And you can see that there's kind of a breadth of experience, of expertise. We all know a little bit different things about something. So once we are able to kind of get a little bit more information out about you know, who we all are and what we can do for you, our contact information is definitely open to everyone in the district. So you can reach out to us for questions if you can't think of anything right now.
Yeah, and as this final slide says, if you would like your program preview packet like we've done in the past, we'll have those available by Monday, July 20th. Just let Mike and I know, and we can get it ready for you to pick up or drop off at your convenience. And all the flyers will also be up in the Lawrenceville shop by the 1st of next week. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us for, we kept it right at an hour. That's awesome. That is well timed. But we'll hang out for another 10, 15 minutes or until everybody bails on us, one of the two. But that's all we have with our firm program. I'm just looking through the chats now as we begin to wrap up. I did see the question about the OA. I have not heard, Christine, what the OA updates are. But
I might be able to help there.
Oh, please do, Steve.
As far as I know, in September, the third weekend in September, which would have been our powwow, will now be fall fellowship, and everybody will go that has been elected will get their chance to go through their ordeal on the third weekend of September. There should be some communications coming out to confirm that, but that is now my understanding. And powwow, I believe, will be moved out till I think it's going to be the weekend of Halloween will be powwow also at Rainy Mountain. So hopefully we'll have our new members in and be able to have a really good fun time at Rainy Mountain for powwow.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, going to the camp card certificates, Lee Sykes should be mailing those out, if not today, by tomorrow. So those should be getting mailed out. You can also come by the Lawrenceville store, and we'll have some available here as well. All right. Let's see what else.
People are just very eager to see us again. So yes, we have been successfully recording this moment. This is me and Phil's third Zoom call together, and the most successful one yet, we have decided just now. So yes, you can see us again. You can share us with everyone else. So we will capture all of this into a video. It will be on the YouTube page. We will send the link out through the Facebook group, through the Google groups. So all the ways that you usually hear from us, we will blast that link, really just taking you to the YouTube page, partly because we really just want to get the, what'd you call it? The subscribe, likes.
Subscribe, rate, review.
So you can see us on YouTube. So after, give us a day or two, collect it all together. It'll be up there. So if there's anyone who came in late, we know there's lots of other calls going on, or you want to send it out to other people in your unit, that's going to be the easiest way. And then we'll also have the PowerPoint as a separate kind of document available as well. So if you need to go back and maybe look at a specific email address or something like that, that'll be available to you as well. So this is not a one-time deal.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we have not mentioned. I think we've gotten all the questions covered so far. I'm excited for summer to start wrapping up, for us to get into the fall. Fall's my favorite season. And yeah, you should absolutely go to the YouTube page, because when we get to 100 subscribers, we can start customizing things, and that's really fun. And at this point, I'm just vamping. I'm stunned there's still 29 of you here. I appreciate it.
We'll be here until you leave. So the sooner you go, the sooner we go.
Thanks very much.
No, thank you guys. Thank you all for taking the time.
Hey, Phil, one more thing on popcorn.
Yeah, Greg.
I know anybody that sold over, I believe it was $1,500. Individual scout. They're eligible for a free card reader from Trails End. So again, I don't know if that's an unlimited supply. So again, all the parent needs to do, or the scout, is to download the app or the update to the app. And I noticed on Android, you actually have to basically what do you call it? Uninstall I'm losing my words here. Basically uninstall it and then reinstall it. And I was concerned because our son still had a gift card on there. And once we put his password and username back in, it came right back up. So, and immediately it asked you sold a certain dollar amount, do you want a card reader? Basically, yes or no. And anybody over $3,500 has the option of getting the touchless card reader or a regular one.
So go claim them.
Yep.
What a deal. No, that's awesome. Yeah, make sure your scouts take advantage of that for sure, for those high achievers. Well,
Thanks,
all right.
Phil.
I'll leave one more minute and I'll go ahead and shut it down
Thanks,
myself.
Dad.
But if you have any questions, I really hope everyone drives home safe. Steve, I see you're up at Camp Rainy Mountain. I hope you you drive home safely.
I only wish.
Well, thank you guys all for your participation. This looks like at this point, all district committee members. So I'm looking forward to work with everybody again this year. And at this point, I'm going to shut this party down.
Ho, ho, ho. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, rate, review.